everyone, mostly businesses, are creating AI chatbots to help customers, but most of them can't actually think with your data. You end up getting responses like, I don't have access to that information, or I can't answer that. But what if I told you that you could actually feed your chatbot with your data and not have to bother about unknown questions or blank responses? Well, let me show you an example. So I'm just going to say, what can you help me with? I can assist you in understanding what Happy Cloud Solution does, answer questions based on provided documents, and help with general requests like summarization, formatting, composing emails, and solving math problems. Today, we are going to be creating an AI chatbot that uses your data, and we're going to run through various sections. We'll start by creating an AI hub resource in the Azure AI Foundry portal. Then we'll move to creating two AI models, text embedding Ada-002 and GPT-4o. We'll then upload the data that you provide, whether it's your business brochure or catalog, to Azure AI Foundry and then index that data. And lastly, we'll configure the chat app using Python and then test the application. So if you're excited like I am, let's get straight to it. You want to start by going to ai.azure.com, and I generally like going to ai.azure.com and then backslash management center. Just press enter. It brings you here. Click on all resources and then click create new. Click on AI Hub resource and next. All right, you can give this the name of your choice. You can give the hub a name of your choice. You can also select advanced options, select the Azure subscription of choice, the region, resource group, existing or new one, and then the Azure AI resource that will also be created on for this purpose. So click on create new or create, and it's basically creating a project. It usually takes some minutes for this to actually be done creating. So I'm just going to pause and come back when it's done creating. The AI Hub resource is done creating. So the next thing we're going to do is to create our AI models. So just go under my assets and click on models plus endpoints. Today we're going to be creating two models. We're going to be using two models. One is the text embedding Ada-002 model, and that is basically used to vectorize text data for efficient indexing and processing. And then the other model we're going to be using is the GPT-4o, which we previously used in the episode 2 where we created a chat app that we were conversing with. So the purpose of the first one that I mentioned, which is text embedding Ada-002, is basically to help provide a better search result. Like if you're asking it, what is our company policy? It will search like your PDF, your company policy file, and actually extract, the right information and provide it to you and in the chat result. So let's get to it. We'll start by clicking deploy base model, and then let's do text embedding. So select this one, select confirm. So I'm just going to leave everything else as it is and click deploy. So again, this will take some time. Okay, actually finished sooner than expected. So let's jump to the second model. We've done the text embedding. So now let's create the GPT-4o. I'm just going to scroll. So this one, click on confirm. I'm going to leave everything as it is and then click deploy. All right. Now that we are done creating the two AI models that will be required for this, the next thing we want to go do is to actually add our data. Remember, the difference between this video and the one that was done in episode 2 is that for this video, we're going to be, you know, feeding AI our data. What this means is when you ask a question to the chat, like, what is my company policy? It is able to extract the accurate answer from the document that you've provided. So to do that, you actually need to go to data plus indexes under my assets and then click on new data, click search connection, click upload files or folders, click upload files, click next. I'm just going to give this a name. Once you've given the name, click create. So now it's created that data for you. The next thing that we're going to do is to create an index for our data. All right, and to do that, you can just click on data plus indexes. You can see the data that we just uploaded here, but now we're going to click indexes. You click on new index, select data in Azure AI Foundry because we just uploaded one. So click on the one you just uploaded and click next. So select Azure AI service. I'm going to go with creating a new Azure AI service search resource. All right, so we're going to be putting it in this subscription. Give it a name, tutorial search. And we're going to put it in East US 2 because that's where all of our resources are. And leave everything as it is. Leave that as it is. Right. Leave it as it is. And then click review plus create. And create. All right, so now our search service is done. You can click on go to service. That's it. Go back to the AI Foundry portal. Click on connect other Azure AI search. All right, so we have the tutorial search that we just created there. So we're going to click on add connection. All right. So now that it's there, click on tutorial search. I want to give it a more sensible name that you can actually pronounce. So I'll just say brochures-index. All right. Leave auto select for virtual machine. Looks good, looks good. Click next. So for vector settings, leave the check as add vector search to this search resource. Then leave the default for Azure OpenAI. Leave this text embedding Ada because remember I said that this is what is going to enable you perform a vectorized search. So this is the model that will be used to, scan through your document and provide accurate result. Then the deployment name for the model is the same. So when that is done, click on next. Right, everything looks good. Create vector index. So we're just going to wait for the index processing to be complete, which can take a while depending on the available computing resource in my subscription. So we're going to come back when that is done. Our index has been created and everything is looking good. So let me actually show you something on the Azure portal. Let's go back to the Azure portal. This is the resource group that we created that contains our project AI Hub and the storage account that holds the data. Anyway, so let's go to tutorial search, which we created initially. And then you want to go to indexes under search management. see this here. Click on the index I just created. All right, so I can actually test my app from here. So for example, if I say, what services does Harpy Cloud Solutions provide? You can see. All right, so now you can see I asked a question and this is the response here. We specialize in, let's scroll all the way. We specialize in cloud consulting, DevOps, automation, cloud training, brown growth solutions, blah, 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 blah. And then you can see this stuff here that says the score. That's this accuracy score for actually what you provided, and which is pretty high because you fed your data and everything here actually looks accurate. So that's great. And then it's also showing you, where it brought the information from. This is actually the title of the document that I uploaded. All right. And that's what it's using to, respond to your question. So that's that. Let's actually go back and create the chat app using Python. All right, because you're obviously not going to be sending people to your Azure portal to do the test, and this the way it's written is not in the right way that you actually want to chat with your app. To create your app, you want to head over to Visual Studio Code. In case you don't have this, you can use any other IDE that you're convenient with. But if you want to follow along, you can go to Google and just download Visual Studio Code. All right. And then with that, you can follow along. So I'm just going to assume that you have that installed or you have an IDE of your choice. So now we're going to clone and a Microsoft Learning repository that we're going to be using for this tutorial. So it's basically cloning, and we're just going to wait for that to be done. Once that's done, you want to go into the directory. So to make this easier, I'm going to go into the actual directory that I want, which is the RAG app. All right, so we have the RAG app here, we have the Python one here. So what I do to make my entry into the directory easier, I just click here, open an integrated terminal, and then it just goes directly into that folder. So we're in. So once that is done, I'm going to click type Python and to create your Python virtual environment. So we're just going to wait for that to be done and then we'll continue. Once you've created the Python lab environment, you want to activate it. So just run this command and it's basically activating your system. Next, you want to install the dependencies that will be required to run your app. And there's python-.env that's been listed in the requirements the txt file. So let's just run that. Press enter. So now we're just going to wait for all the dependencies to be done installing. The dependencies are done installing. So now we're going to go to the .env file. And don't worry, we'll soon be done with this creation and you're going to be happy that you stayed through the entire video. So now we just type code.env and it opens up the .env file. It's the same thing as easily just going to .env here and clicking it and it opens this up. But anyways, that's that. So now we're going to go to our Azure AI Foundry portal and get all these details. So the first one is the Open AI endpoints. So we go to overview page. And then you want to copy this that says Azure OpenAI endpoint. Go back to VS Code. Paste it. Next one is your Open API key. Copy that. Go back to VS Code. Remember, this is confidential. These keys are confidential. For me, because this is just a test, I'm going to delete it anyways. So the next one is your chat model, which is GPT-4o. So to know the model name, you can just click on models plus endpoint under here, and you can see the GPT-4o. The model name is GPT-4o. So you can just copy that to VS Code, paste. So the next one is embedding model. All right, we want to copy this. Go back to VS Code and paste. So the next one is the search endpoint. Come back here. You can just click on Management Center. Click on Connected Resources. Then you can see tutorial search here. Just click on it. Then you want to copy this URL, this one, and go back to VS Code. Paste it there. And then your search API key, go back there. And then this is the API key, copy it. VS Code. And then index name, brochures index. Let me just confirm that. Ctrl S to save. So now that we've saved, we are almost at the part where we'll actually test our chat application. So let's go to this rag-app.py file. So what this file, the script in this file basically does is it creates an Azure OpenAI client using the endpoint key and chat model. It also creates a suitable system message for the Happy Cloud Solutions business. So let's actually go here. For Microsoft Learning, they had created this for a travel assistant. But I'm just going to update this and say, you are an AI assistant. Just delete this off completely. That helps viewers and curious individuals understand what Harpy Cloud Solutions does. All right. So I'm just going to save this. So another thing that this does, it submits a prompt, including the system and the user message, and then it displays the response from the grounding prompt and then adds the response to the chat history. So now that we have gotten that out of the way, I'm just going to bring this terminal back up. And to run this app, we're just going to do Python rag-app.py. Press enter. Drum rolls, moment of truth. Okay, so now I'm going to say, what can you help me with? I can assist you in understanding what Happy Cloud Solution does, answer questions based on provided documents, and help with general requests like summarization, formatting, composing emails, and solving math problems. If you have a specific query or need information, feel free to ask. All right, so let's see. What does Harpy Cloud Solution do? And then it says Harpy Cloud Solution is a Melbourne-based technology company that helps businesses embrace cloud innovation and then provides all this. So let me ask another question. Do they have a social media profile? And it says yes, Happy Cloud Social has social media profile. You can find them here. LinkedIn it provides it, Facebook it provides it, YouTube it provides it. So basically, all this information is based on the document that was provided to it. And as you can see, it's referencing Doc 2 here. So the doc 2 is basically the second document that had been provided to the index. Okay, so maybe for you, this would be doc 1 because that's the first document that you ever provided to the indexer. So basically, this is how to interact with the AI bot. And when you're done, you can just click on quit and then it takes you out of that terminal. So, yes, what you have done today is you've been able to create an AI hub resource. Then you created two models that's texting, embedding Ada-002 and then GPT-4o. And then you uploaded data to your AI Foundry portal and then you created index. And after that, you created a chat app using Python that enables you to communicate with your AI model. I hope this was helpful and you're able to implement this in your place of work or even for your personal project. See you next time and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you.